Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts. Find a location near you now.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Craving comfort fresh food made from scratch daily? Check out Aspen Creek Grill. Located across from Hamilton Town Center and beside the Holiday Inn, we offer family farm-raised premium Black Agnes steaks hand-cut daily, creamy pastas, salmon chicken, and fall-off-the-bone ribs. Start with our famous powwow shrimp appetizer, and don't miss our refreshing drinks. Family-friendly or a great night out with friends. Aspen Creek Grill. Aspen Creek Grill, Noblesville. Call 317-559-3300.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
You want a career that creates experiences that are impossible to forget. By studying sports and events at IUPUI, you'll get hands-on experience in and out of the classroom. And with Indy as your classroom, there are high-profile events, sports franchises, hotels, museums, and large organizations across the city to engage, educate, and enlighten your student journey before you graduate. There isn't a better city than Indianapolis to get the experience you need to prepare you to handle any event, big or small. It all starts here.
High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
At one point in my life, alcohol ruled supreme. It was not impossible for me to wake up just as drunk as before I went to sleep, and I use the term go to sleep loosely. I think on most nights it wasn't falling asleep, it was just passing out. There was no way I was getting out of it with my own willpower, so I decided to give Wheeler a try. And since my graduation from Wheeler's program, alcohol has not had any kind of hold on me whatsoever.
Sprinkles if you got them. Jack's Donuts, find a location near you, now.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Welcome to Brebeuf High School here at IndianaSRN with a trip to the state championship for lacrosse on the line. I'm Tony Donahue with you here. The IHSLA Semi-State 4-1A features the number one seeded Brebeuf Braves, 11-1 in the regular season, the Circle City Conference champs, taking on the visiting Raiders of Northridge, who come in with the number 5 seed in this tournament. And we are underway here early. We'll get to some of our sponsors as well. And Brebeuf in a battle here early, a scrum, and they'll maintain possession as we move through the first period here. Patience early on. The Braves led by many players that made the all-team first-team attack, first-team midfield, first-team defense. Michael Garver on that first-team defense. Dominic Sacuso, first-team midfielder. And Will Kirker, first-team attack, has 47 points on the season. Brebeuf knocked off Dwenger to get to this point. And loose battle here, pushed around, and it'll be scooped up by Northridge. They'll have their first possession here early, but a trip will have a flag, the first penalty flag coming up here as 1 minute has gone by in the first period. Let's quickly thank some of our sponsors here. on IndianaSRN. True Lacrosse, committed to education and developing young men and women in their sport. Empire Lacrosse, your source for all things lacrosse. IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences. Begin your journey today. The Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Burtner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and the surrounding counties. Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our community and your community since 1955. So on the attack, Northridge for the first time here this evening. Back across, quick swing, pump fake, and no reset here. Across the middle, and it's deflected. And great defense there by Brebeuf, but Northridge picks it right back up, and they'll maintain possession. Northridge with it. Tanner Pritt swings across, fires, and good. The first score of the night goes to Northridge. It's Eric Jennings. Right place, right time, finds the back of the net. And Northridge takes an early 1-0 advantage. So here's the replay. Nice pass, and then just fires it in there. And Northridge strikes first. This is the team that likes to score. 284 goals on the season, 176 of those coming in the fourth period. Eric Jennings now with 87 points on the season. Face-off one here by Northridge, and he's booted, and it's scooped up, and the Braves have it. On the run goes Brebeuf. That is Eli Backus. Swings it back across. Right side. Patience here. Will Kirker back behind the goal. Looks like Brebeuf content here to just take their time before they get a good look. Tempo set here. Sakuso has it. From the right side. Tries to get towards the goal. Fires one in there, and it's deflected off the foot of the goalkeeper. That's Logan Miller with the save off of his foot. Sometimes right place, right time. Gets that foot out there at the last second. And that thing skips away. Brebeuf maintains possession. 2 shots already for Brebeuf. And this one deflected. Great defense here. Ball back on the ground. It's picked up. Back on the ground. Scrum for it. And Brebeuf kicks it back out. We'll have a whistle here. And it looks like possession will go back over to Northridge, who on their first possession found the back of the net to go up 1-0. 2:45 gone by here in the first. Another deflection here. And it is picked up on the run by Brebeuf. Great little pass up forward. And the Braves will look to slow it down here with possession. They will. Fitzgerald has it. Runs it all the way across the field. And he decides, all right, let's slow it up. See what we can get here. Pass falls on the ground, but Brebeuf maintains. Left side. Steidel has it. Back up. No reset. Patience here early for Brebeuf. 0 for 2 on their shots. Trailing 1-0. Little shimmy shake. Down towards the net. That is deflected. And a great defensive effort there by Connor Lance to deflect the third shot attempt. And here's a quick throw in. Brebeuf has it. Quick throw and off the ground. And good. Quentin Cook with the goal. Great assist on the play there on the one hopper. Finds the back of the net. And it's 1-1. So again, when you get to the front of that goal, you make the goaltender make a decision. A little hesitation there. That's where you use the ground and they scoop in off of the back of the net. And it's 1-1 here early. 8:14 to go in the first. Scrum picked up and then lost again, and now Brebeuf on the run. All the way through, going to try to take it to the house. Quick pass off the ground and good. This time, it's for the lead. Just like that, Brebeuf scores 2 goals in 11 seconds, and they're up 2-1. All set up there by Cook. Nice pass. Cook off of the scoop from the faceoff. Finds forward Lee, who finds net, and 2 straight for Brebeuf. They're in the lead 2-1. 2 goals in a matter of 13 seconds. So the scrum forward here again. Picked up, and Northridge has it. Deflected. Picks it back up. Loses it again. Has it. Run out of harm's way. Cross court, cross field. Deflected past the Brebeuf defender. Ball still on the ground. Now in the air. Big hit. And Brebeuf on the run again. They'll slow it up. Wait for the extra offensive player to join. Kirker has it. Looks back to the coach. Coach Tim Clark. Left side, gets past the defender, flicks it back up, fires it low, bounces in, and Ike Steidel gets on the board. It's 3-1 Brebeuf, 3 straight in a matter of 1 minute, and they lead 3-1. Let's take a look at the replay here. Just a great pass there, and as fast as he can off of that turf, skips in. 3 unanswered in less than a minute. They trailed 1-0 at the 8:14 mark of this first quarter, and it's been 3 straight for the Braves, who have maintained possession and have kept Northridge out of their side of the field. Northridge deflected again. Brebeuf has another great play there by Cook. Cook will wait. Extra player comes on as Carlson runs in. He has it, swings it left side. Picked up. Looks to attack here, thinks twice about it. Little hesitation. Quick pass up top. Steidel has it, swings it to Cook. Cook's really controlled this offense and the pace here in the first period. Left side finds Kirker. This ball is going to go out of bounds, so a second turnover here in the first quarter for Brebeuf. We'll give Northridge the ball back with 6:34 to go here in the first period. 3-1, 3 straight unanswered in 56 seconds for the Braves, who lead 3-1. The number 1 seeded Brebeuf Braves finished their season at 11-1, Circle City Conference champs. Northridge has it. It is deflected badly, and that's another turnover. 4 turnovers as Brebeuf coughs it back up. Scoops it forward. It'll go out of bounds. We'll see where last touch, and it'll go to Northridge. So Northridge with 4 straight turnovers after scoring a goal on their opening possession of the first quarter. Ball batted around again, coughed up, but picked up, now scooped. It's a battle for it. Kicked out of there. Northridge will have it. And it's going to be a turnover. It's going to be a turnover. And Brebeuf will push the tempo as we've seen here early in this first quarter. Right side, they'll wait. 2 offensive players will come on. Skips it across. And Carlson has it. Carlson gets out of harm's way. Centers it up top to Sakuso. Sakuso back to the left side. They'll slow it up. It's been good patience here early on in the offensive side of the zone for Brebeuf. Carlson, left side, finds Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald behind the basket. Try to get out of it. Centers it. Sakuso has it. They'll slow it up again. It's been 3 straight possessions, ending in 3 straight goals. Here's one, and a nice deflection and a third save, but picked back up. Ball's loose, out of it, wide open. Can't get it to go, and it's going to go to Northridge there. Little goalie interference, and the Raiders dodge a bullet there. The goal was wide open, and here is a ball batted down. You don't want to turn it over in your own territory, and they do. It'll be Brebeuf ball. So 4:42 to play here in the first. It's been all Brebeuf since about a minute 20 gone by after Northridge scored first. Loses it. Northridge will have it, trying to scoop it up. Ball batted back. And it's going to belong to Northridge. And Northridge on the move. We're going to cut into the lead. Quick pass, throws, and finds the 5-hole. And there's an answer. So Northridge answers. It's number 5, Carson Nickel. And just found the old 5-hole off the skip. And it's 3-2 with 4:08 to go here in the first. Tony Donahue, Harrison Silcox with you here from Brebeuf High School with a chance to go to the state championship on the line. Harrison, you can't be turning it over. That's what we've seen here early. And Brebeuf has really taken over as far as time of possession goes here in the first.
Yeah, time of possession just massive in the sport of lacrosse. Obviously, you can't score if you don't have the ball. And that's what makes face-off so big. So Brebeuf getting another face-off win there is going to be huge. We'll see how that develops as this game goes on. But, yeah, definitely time of possession, got to be something to keep an eye on early in this one.
Yeah, and those 3 straight face-off wins led to those 3 straight goals. But Northridge has answered since. Northridge started finding the back of the net first to go up 1-0. Then it was 3 straight for Brebeuf. And now with 3:40 to go in the first period, Brebeuf with possession, leading 3-2. And we've seen this, Harrison, a lot here in this first period. Very patient on the offensive end are the Braves.
Yeah, you can really take your time when you have possession, see what the defense gives you, wait for them to make a mistake, and then attack offensively.
Quick juke move here, tries to find the back of the net and just misses it wide.
That's good creativity, looking for the backhand shot, working it around the crease there for Ford Lee. That's some good work from the freshman.
Certainly had a look, just missed it wide to the right, but Brebeuf will maintain possession in their own end. Leading 3-2, 3 minutes left in the first. Zacuso has it, fires it just high. And this will skip away.
Good look down the alley, little pick action from up top to gets those shooting hands free with the right hand. That's a good look there for Brebeuf, got to put it on target.
So Brebeuf has it back. Tyler Carson flings it to the Zacuso. Back of the net comes Brebeuf. Try to escape out of it. He will tries to center it, and it's deflected and scooped up, and Northridge on the run. The big man, Brody Streeter. And he almost throws it away, picked up, and Northridge will reset on the offensive end. Jennings has a goal, has the possession. 2 minutes to go, first. And Northridge contend here, like you said, to just be patient and take what the defense gives them. They go behind net. Swings left side, back up top, and they'll go around the horn with it. Tanner Pritt has it. He's on the run. Fires wide, just missed. And that'll skip out of bounds, but Northridge will maintain possession. 1:39 to go. Got to convert on those looks when you get deep in the crease there.
Yeah, the good thing, though, shot back up keeps possession on this end of the field. So as long as you have players chasing that ball out of bounds, a shot missing isn't the worst thing in the world for you offensively.
Minute 20 to go. Northridge looking to even it up at 3. They trail 3-2. Deflected. Be batted around, far side. And it's going to belong to Brebeuf. So the 5th first quarter turnover for Northridge. And you'd have to think here, Harrison, Brebeuf with 1:10 to go, patient to possibly get the last look.
Yeah, that'd be the wise thing to do. But, I mean, at the same time, it's early in this game, right? So if the defense gives you a look that you like offensively, you might as well try and take advantage of it, but definitely no rush here if you were Brebeuf.
Backus has it, swings it Far side behind. Little pump fake. They'll slow it up. They'll reset with Sakuso up top. 45 seconds to play in the first. Backus will check out. In comes Quentin Cook. And Cook content to slow it down. See what the defense gives them here with 30 seconds to go. And it's thrown away.
Yeah, that's not a spot there where you want to have a turnover. Really good opportunity for Brebeuf to stretch the lead back to 2, and just an unforced error there gives it back to Northridge.
So Ford Lee with the turnover, the 4th of the quarter. And Northridge with 15 seconds will try to push the tempo. They do. They get it in the territory up. Great pass, but it is deflected and stolen away. Now fired across field. 1 second. Fires it. Deflected. And that's how the first period of play will end with Brebeuf. 3 straight goals. They have a 3-2 advantage. You're watching high school lacrosse here on IndianaSRN.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Back here on IndianaSRN at the trip to the state championship on the line. IHSLA high school lacrosse here on IndianaSRN. Harrison, what a first period we had there. Very quick. 3 goals, 3 different players for Brebeuf.
Yeah, it's the kind of start that you want to have for your Brebeuf, especially playing on your home field. I think something that I'm going to be keeping my eye on as this game progresses and we get later into the contest is just face-offs are going to be huge. That's really the only way in lacrosse to get a possession advantage outside of the time of possession stat is just by winning more face-offs than your opponent. Brebeuf was very successful there in the opening quarter, and that's going to make it tough for Northridge to hang in this game. It just puts a lot of pressure on your defense to come away with stops more consistently than the other team has to. So if Northridge can have an answer at face-offs here in this game, it could make it even more interesting than what it already is, but the battle at the face-off is going to be huge and how this game is dictated. And then also ground balls too, right? That's the other way to earn yourself a possession. So make sure you're picking up loose balls, you're taking care of the ball when you have it on offense, and we'll see what we have in store here for the second.
And it seemed like with the Brebeuf, even a few of their misses went wide, deflected out. They were able to maintain possession to get themselves a second chance opportunity. And let's see what the call is here. It'll go over to Northridge. So a turnover quickly here to start the second for Brebeuf.
Yeah, the loose ball call, and it's going to go over to Northridge. So that's going to be considered a win right in that face-off department. Off of the clamp, they wind up with possession. They'll take it back behind the goal. You see them get their offensive middies out on the field now. So a good opportunity for Northridge to tie this game back up at 3.
Northridge in possession, trailing 3-2 after scoring the opening goal of the contest within the first minute and a half of that first period. Just a quick one. Batted around, tries to throw it up. We're going to have a flag as it went wide. Northridge with possession.
That's a free possession here. That flag's going to be assessed. Next dead ball. Huge chance to build some momentum here for Northridge.
Northridge centers it, batted around, doesn't know where it went, and Brebeuf will kick it. And we'll see what the flag is here, but as we know, it will stay with Northridge, I believe.
That's good work from Carson Nickel, who wound up drawing that flag, kind of lost his man. He was working at X behind the goal and was just moving off ball. Lost his man out on the far post as he cut around to the near post. The slide came defensively from Brebeuf, but it looked like Nickel might have gotten hit just a little bit high. So man-up opportunity here for Northridge. Be a huge opportunity for them to convert, tie it at 3.
Looking to tie this thing up, trailing 3-2. Very patient possession here as they swing it around the horn. Left side, back up top. Swings to the left side, tries to break away from his defender, thinks twice about it. Tries to center it, it's stolen. Great defensive snag there by Eli Backus.
That's good awareness from Backus. Have a stick in the passing lane. Those skip passes, they always look so tempting in lacrosse, but if a defender's got his head on a swivel, able to track that ball, it's going to wind up at a turnover. So great work by Brebeuf. They can kill off this penalty and kind of get back to that patient style of offense that we're talking about, Tony, in the first quarter, where they just can kind of settle in and see what the defense gives them and what kind of opportunities they can create for themselves.
So Backus takes it all the way downfield, and now Brebeuf looking to waste some time off of this clock with the penalty as mentioned. They'll patiently wait to set up their offense to find the back of the net. That's Ford Lee. Ford Lee swings it back as precious time continues to tick. Back up top, fires it wide. That'll land on the parking lot.
Back at even strength. Back to 6-on-6 lacrosse.
So you got the turnover, you got the penalty off the board, and now you reset your offense with the chance to go up 4-2. Steidel, who has a goal here, has it. Back up top. Now the attack comes Kirker. Kirker to the seam, finds it, and a great goal there by Connor Fitzgerald on the assist. Finds the back of the net to go up 4-2.
And that's just great work from Fitzgerald. It was Will Kirker who had the ball, and you see him curl around here, gets the pick to break free. This line comes defensively, and Fitzgerald sees his defender go to help defensively, so he moves away toward the goal off ball. Nobody picks him up, and he's got an opportunity in the doorstep that he dunks home.
So 4-2, 9:47 to go, first half. And here's what you talked about. Can Northridge find themselves on the face-offs, and this time it belongs to Brebeuf.
Okay, calls a loose ball push, I believe, against Northridge. A Brebeuf ball.
And Brebeuf will maintain possession. 4-2. The only goal here in the second period belongs to the Braves. And they'll slow it up. Sicoso has it. Sicoso drives, has some open space, gets in, and misses wide left, just missed it by inches. But Brebeuf maintains. Ball batted around right in front of the goalkeeper, and he scoops it up. So great awareness there by Logan Miller.
They had a call against Northridge, though. Might have been a loose ball push. I didn't quite see what the signal was. So it's going to keep possession here with Brebeuf.
Usually those pushes come when you're beat, or you know they've got a great chance at a goal. And a quick spinning shot here goes way wide. So Brebeuf getting good looks here. They maintain possession. This ball deflected, batted around, and Northridge comes up with it after the Brebeuf turnover.
Yeah, Tompkins was beat initially, but just a late trail check there knocks the ball free. So you get beat, but you get it back with that stick check, but now bad turnover here on the clear.
Kecker has it off the steal, swings it, Ford just misses. Northridge has it.
That's a great recovery by Miller, too, and to scramble, get that ground ball in the outlet pass. You got to sustain the pressure on the right here from Brebeuf for Northridge. They do that.
Here comes Northridge on the run. Going to cut this score in half. They'll slow it up, think twice about it.
That smart play to slow it up. Brebeuf recovered well there in transition. It looked like Northridge might have had some numbers. They didn't have it. Don't force anything. You get the ball back. You're down by 2. A chance to get one back here on this possession.
Pritt has it. Tosses it over to Alex Eby. Eby with possession. Goes left, spins back right, looks to get an opening. Nobody home. Ball bounced out of his stick, and now they still maintain possession, and they'll look to slow it up once again. 7:40 to go here in the first half. (4-2). 7:30 to go. Brebeuf scored 3 unanswered to go up 3-1. The Raiders trying to answer, and a great save underneath, and Brebeuf will take over possession. So Cam Reese with the save, and Brebeuf on the attack again, puts it home. And that is Sikuso with the goal, and it's 5-2 in favor of Brebeuf.
Yeah, just out of the substitution box, just a bit of a scramble as Sikuso is just able to get open in transition. You see the guys running behind for Northridge. Those are the guys coming on the field, subbing on late. Not sure exactly what happened at midfield in between the benches, but Sikuso able to take advantage of that. That's just good hustle from Brebeuf in transition. Create numbers, use the substitution box to your advantage. They're up by 3.
5-2, 7 minutes to play. 3 minutes gone by. And
Northridge went early in the face.
A little early there, so you talked about it in that first period. The team that can win these face-offs has got to be the team that has the best chance, and so far, advantage going to Brebeuf.
Yeah, that's a good look for Will Kirker there. Northridge is kind of not ready for the quick restart, not quite set defensively, though, but Kirker winds up
Steidel has it, swings it across. They will slow it up with Cook. Cook in possession. Spins back right side, looking. Gets it behind the net. Ford has it. Ford! Did it go? It did. So for the second time, Ford Lee puts it in off the bounce. And Ford Lee has his second goal of the night. It's 6-2 Brebeuf.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more miscommunication here. You got 2 guys standing at the goal. Neither one of them is sure which is covering Ford Lee, and he just takes advantage of the indecisiveness and is able to split the defense. And we got a timeout now on the field, Tony.
We got a timeout. We'll take it with them here on IndianaSRN. Brebeuf with this chance to go to the state championship ahead 5-2 with 6:21 to go in the first half.
From warehousing to transportation and everything in between, Piper Logistics does it all. Centrally located, Piper Logistics has 2 warehouses in Indianapolis and a warehouse in Cincinnati, Ohio. Piper Logistics houses over 1 million square feet. Along with our transportation department, we can provide service to half the United States markets.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Back here from Brebeuf High School, where the Braves found the back of the net for the 6th time. They lead 6-2. Patience so far for the Braves has given them this four-point lead.
Yeah, and they've just really been able to take advantage of a little bit of miscommunication from Northridge. We've seen that first slide come, that first help come defensively from Northridge, but then the guy who winds up open from that help defensively, you're not seeing that second slide come through for Northridge. The last goal there, you had 2 guys, not sure exactly who's covering the man at X. So mistakes defensively from Northridge this quarter that Brebeuf's really been able to capitalize on. He also had a face-off violation that led to that last goal. So I really think Northridge just needs to find a way to kind of get their feet underneath him defensively a little bit, because if they don't start winning face-offs, then their defense is going to need to come away with some stops.
Yeah, they haven't been able to do that, Harrison. You talked about that being a huge key in this one. As this one gets batted around, we'll see if they can find possession still on the ground. It'll be batted out of bounds and go to Brebeuf. So again, right on cue, Northridge unable to handle a faceoff.
Yeah, and when it becomes a ground ball like that, that's where the hustle really pays off. When you get all three players, the face-off men and the guys in the wings on your team involved in that face-off, you really want to try and come away with it. And that just rolls all the way out to the sideline. Northridge unable to come away with it. And Brebeuf with another chance to put one on the board.
So the Braves in possession. Fitzgerald has it. Gets batted to the ground. And we'll see the call here. Brebeuf fans not happy.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it's not a flag, to be honest with you, Tony. They look like Fitzgerald got hit in the back with possession.
Yep.
A little shaking up on the play, but we play on 6-on-6. You got to play through it here in these games. Big moments.
Sakuso has it. Goes right side. Finds a little backdoor action here. Here's the centering pass, deflected away and scooped up by Northridge, and they'll try to push the tempo here. Left side now throws it away. It's going to bounce and keep on rolling. And yet another, we'll call it the 9th turnover of the night for Northridge.
Yeah, in transition like that, you got a player wide open in the wing, and he just kind of sky it over his head. Those are the kind of turnovers that you can't have, especially when you're already down in a game like this.
Backus fires over to Lindman. Lindman has it, thinks twice, comes back up. They will reset their offense halfway through this second period. Brebeuf, quick sub here. They'll set up a play.
Yeah, and really just no need to rush too much offensively, already with the 4-goal lead. It's a good two-man game there, but pass batted down well.
So Northridge scoops it up on the turnover, fires it downfield, ball batted around and picked up by Brebeuf. 10 turnovers here for Northridge, and Harrison, it just seems like they're in a rush here, now down by 4.
Yeah, in a rush to clear the ball upfield, and yeah, you want to be efficient, but you don't want to rush yourself into a mistake, and that's what that was that time around. Circle back, kind of circle the wagons on the clear, get the ball back to your goalie, and just get some new midfield personnel out on the field. Take your time getting that ball across midfield. If you're Northridge, you don't need to rush it. You're not going to bring this game back in just one quick play.
So Fitzgerald slows it up here, and the offense led by Steidel will reset. Swung back to the right side. Hughes has it. He'll attack. Runs to the right. Swings it back. Gets it back. He's got possession in front of the net, and he puts it in. For Carson Hughes with his first goal. And it's 7-2 Brebeuf. Great play there.
And that's just great awareness between Hughes and Sakuso. You just watch him work in the far wing here, pick and roll. It's as easy as that. And there's no extra help there defensively. You've got guys having to communicate through a pick. You need somebody else there for Northridge to pick up the guy who breaks free off of that. And if you're Brebeuf, that's just some great work in that far corner. It's just like basketball. You pick, you roll back to the goal. Some two-man game working flawlessly there for Brebeuf.
So after Northridge cut it to a 3-2 deficit, it's 4 straight goals for Brebeuf. And they'll look to maintain possession back here on this faceoff. Still on the ground, scooped up, Northridge has it. Trailing by 5, 7-2. They'll slow it up, looking to get a goal.
Yeah, Northridge could just really use some sort of spark on offense here, some sort of momentum.
They haven't scored here in the second.
Get the guys going on the bench a little bit. Right, you're talented enough to get to this game. It's an opportunity to showcase some of that, despite being down by 5.
Connor Lance has it, swings left side. J.D. Rupp. And they'll swing it back up. Looking patiently to attack. Here comes the attack. Lance, right side. Try to get out of great defense here by Brebeuf. And that'll force Northridge to reset. Pritt has it, left side. Ball batted around, but then scoots back up. Deflected, and Brebeuf comes up with the turnover. They have possession. Nice head pass, scooped up, picked up nicely by Backus. Backus swings it, loses it, picked back up. And they barely will really get to this one. Great save, but picked up by Northridge, and he is slammed to the ground and picked up by Brebeuf. So great defense there to get it right back after the turnover. And Brebeuf will slow it up and reset.
Yeah, that's fantastic work, not giving up on the play for Brebeuf.
Steidel has it. He's tripped from behind. And
yeah, they're going to say he was pushed in the crease there, so possession's going to stay with Brebeuf. On offense, right, you can't go in the crease, you can't go in the circle around the goal, but if you're pushed in there, you can't do much about it. So this ball's going to wind up staying with Brebeuf. And Ike Stidle, fantastic hustle. He was a player who kept that ball into the near sideline right in front of us, Tony. Nearly paid off with a goal. And then it was also great work from Fitzgerald on the ride to keep possession with Brebeuf when it looked like Northridge might have a chance of the clear.
Brebeuf will attack under 2 minutes to go. Scoop shot off the turf, and a great save there.
Logan Miller with the save.
That's nice work by Logan Miller in the save to track that ball. It's being shot around the defender. That's a hard one for a goalie to keep his eyes on. He's able to do it there.
A minute 38 to go here. What can Northridge do over this final minute 30 to gain a little bit of momentum heading into the locker room?
Find some offense, right? You'd like to see players be a little bit more active off the ball, maybe try to get some pick action going, create some mismatches, some switches, get your Dodgers involved a little bit more. But it's also tough, right? We just haven't seen them with a lot of possession, especially here in the second quarter. So it puts more pressure on your offense when you're getting the ball less compared to your opponent. You want to take more advantage of opportunities like that one, and when you don't, it's just you're kind of gripping your stick a little bit tighter as the game moves on.
So a great stop there by Rice. Put it right in his basket. And we have a timeout. We'll take it with him. You're watching high school lacrosse here at IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
Harrison Wilcox, Tony Donahue with you here from Brebeuf High School with a trip to the state championship on the line. 51 seconds to go in the first half. It's been all Brebeuf, 7-2. Harrison, they've been doing a great job of not turning over the ball and getting really good looks in front of the net.
Yeah, they really are. One thing I'm also impressed with is just the hustle plays that they're making. They're not giving any easy clears away to Northridge as they start to settle in this game. And you can force turnovers on the ride. That's huge as well, and just keeping the ball on this end of the field. So Brebeuf, everything's clicking very well for this team, both offensively and defensively, especially in transition.
They have it with under a minute to play. Fires it right side, no good, but a great scoop up there by the Braves, and they'll reset again, looking for a second chance opportunity on this possession. That one will go wide over the top of the net, but the Braves will maintain possession with 36 seconds to play.
Yeah, new look defensively here for Northridge. It looks like they're in a bit of a zone. Maybe to try and throw Brebeuf off a little bit as she got a ball down in front here, and a whistle.
Turnover.
Oh, a timeout is called before Northridge winds up turning it over. So that's a smart timeout to keep possession with them. Now they just have to clear out of the timeout.
So you got 25 seconds left here. Coming out of the timeout, Harrison, is it full on board towards the net? See what they give you, see if you can get behind the defense and try to cut this to a 4-goal deficit heading into the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to be in a crazy rush. 23 seconds is plenty of time. I think one thing you want to do is take a deep breath, make sure that you just want to clear this ball successfully, right? Because even if you don't come up with a goal, if you do get it across midfield, the last thing you'd want to do is rush yourself into a mistake, turn the ball over, and give Brebeuf another scoring chance after it looks like they might have just lost out on it with under 30 seconds left to go in this game. So first and foremost, you got to clear the ball if you're Northridge. So make sure you're smart at that. You've got to be active off ball, especially if you're for your middies up near midfield. Try to rotate, find that open space, get it across midfield without that turnover. Use your defenders on the wing as you're trying to work it up the field. So just patience on this clear. 23 seconds, a lot longer than you think it might be. But yeah, once you get it across midfield, you're looking to score. You're just trying to find any sort of way to get a shot off. You don't need to be picky in this instance. Worst case, right, if you miss, if your shot backup's there, you can get it back, try and feed the crease for a quick last-second goal. So there are a lot of options that a lot of different routes you can take offensively if you get it across midfield. But first and foremost, you got to get that successful clear.
So 25 seconds. Northridge has it. Thinking about it. And there's the first throw. Clock runs. Down to 10 seconds. Ball batted around, scooped up. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, fires it, and they'll go wide and wide. Wide right, and that's how the first half will end. It's been all Brebeuf, 7-2 after the Northridge Raiders got off to a 1-goal lead. It was 3 straight for Brebeuf in less than a minute to go up 3-1. That's really been the difference. They've kind of played even, but Northridge there does not score in the second while Brebeuf puts it in the back of the net twice to take a 7-2 advantage in the halftime.
Yeah, and really, possession was huge. Time of possession heavily favored Brebeuf. Northridge just unable to capitalize there. They got shut out in the second quarter. They had a couple looks. They either just didn't get through to the goalie or Rice was able to wind up making the save at the end. Brebeuf really impressed me with their spacing offensively. Guys off ball know where this space is. The timing to cut into that open space when they see their defender go to help defensively, they know that second slide just isn't coming right now for Northridge, and they've been able to take advantage of that. So it's obviously fun when you score in lacrosse, but when you can do it through assists and getting your teammates involved, that's how you know an offense is really clicking. And I think Brebeuf has done a really nice job of that. Just the awareness, using picks on offense, knowing where those guys are, watching where the defense moves, and draw 2 defenders. Okay, then that means somebody's open, so you got to find them. And so Brebeuf has done a really good job of that, and I'm sure they're probably pleased with where their offensive game plan is going at the moment.
Harrison Silcox, Tony Donahue with you. We've reached halftime here from Brebeuf High School, where the Braves have a 7-2 advantage over Northridge with a trip to the state championship on the line. Got a great halftime show coming up for you, and we will break down the first half and give you our keys to the second half here coming up. You're watching High School Lacrosse here on IndianaSRN.
We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, IndianaSRN. Hit the bell to get notifications for upcoming games and more. Watch as many games as you want, as many times as you want.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment, whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
We really focus on modern application development, DevOps, so automating the whole process of delivering your solution, and cloud architecture.
It's very important for mid to large companies to have cloud partners because you can't possibly have all the talent you need to address the complex ecosystem of the cloud.
We advise them on all parts of their business. And then when things are defined and we see a clear goal, Clean Slate also then goes and does the work.
We have a team that is very passionate about what they do. We love to solve complex problems, and there's a lot of companies out there that will avoid, getting involved in those things, and I think that's why clients like to work with us.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Brebeuf High School halftime, where the Braves have a 7-2 advantage over Northridge here at IndianaSRN. Let's thank some of our sponsors here tonight with the Morales Group, building better futures one story at a time. Burtner Electric, serving greater Indianapolis and the surrounding counties.
All right, here we go with the second half.
And Reynolds Farm Equipment, serving our customers and the community since 1955. Also want to thank True Lacrosse, committed to the education and development of young men and women in the sport. Empire Lacrosse, your source for all things lacrosse. And IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, begin your journey today. Tony Donahue alongside Harrison Silcox. Down 5. I think first comes to first here, Harrison, is simply the fact that you need to control possession and pick up some of these faceoffs.
Yeah, and calling the faceoff here against Brebeuf. It was Eli Backus who was out there taking it for the Braves. And so a break here for the Northridge to start the third quarter, and now you just got to take advantage when you have the ball. If you're Northridge, you got to start thinking, right, comeback starts now. You do the cliche, 0-0 score speech at halftime, but you got to put some scores, some goals on the board in a game like this. A chance at playing for a state championship. If you can win this one, you've got to find a way to answer.
They get it. They fire, turnaround, score. So just on cue there, Carson Nickel, well, I was just going to mention, picks up his 66th point of the season.
Yeah, first goal since the first quarter. And this catch is just ridiculous from Nickel. It's just give and go. And you watch him just flash to the goal. through a stick check, catches it, turns and shoots, and the placement was great as well, that top right corner. So Northridge got some life here early in this second half.
So just what they needed in the first 30 seconds. They handle the face-off and turn it into points, and it's 7-3.
Yeah, that's true.
All batted back. Nice pick there. Scooped around. Northridge has it, but we'll see what the call is here.
It's calling against Brebeuf, so Northridge ball.
So Northridge looking to put up a second straight goal here. A minute gone by, third period. They're on the move. On the charge. Cross pass, pump fake, and gets it in. So a nice pump fake there, and once again, right on cue, it's Carson Nickel. He goes back-to-back for his second goal in 30 seconds, and the lead quickly cut to 7-4.
And that's just fantastic work by Nickel. He just sees a numbers opportunity off the reset. I don't know, there's some sort of confusion or exactly what happened, but next thing you know, it's almost like Northridge had created a transition opportunity for themselves. Nobody's on Nickel, and he just flashes around the near side of the crease, and he's got all the time in the world to throw as many fakes as he wants, and cashes in. It's some serious momentum for Northridge now, and another call on the face-off going against Brebeuf. Quentin Cook getting called with something there, so a huge opportunity here for Northridge.
So 3 straight face-offs won by Northridge. That was Harrison's key at halftime to get back in this one. So far, so good. And the first minute and change of the second period to score twice, and they have possession. Trailing 7-4. Swing left side. Back across. Finds the back in here. Left side. Back up top, they'll reset. Northridge looking to attack, they will. It's behind the net. Spin back to the right side. They'll clear it, deflected. Loose ball, picked up, pushed forward. And Northridge will maintain it. So Northridge, 7-4 is the score here from Brebeuf. 7-4 after 2 unanswered here to start the second half. And Northridge looking to answer, looking to put it in the back of the net 3 straight times. Trailing by 3. Eby has it. He's one of their best players. Thinks twice about it. Sticks with it. Tries to find clearance. Can't. Pump fake. Back up top, they'll reset. Finds the center of the crease, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. So a turnover there, and the Braves maintain possession.
That's nice work by Brebeuf defensively, just staying patient. Help defense comes to slow down Eby, and there's no outlet there offensively. But good work from Northridge here in the ride.
But the loose ball scooped by Brebeuf, then coughed back up. Here comes Northridge. Smacked around, loses it, and we're going to have a penalty flag. And it'll be on the Braves.
Yeah, Backus with a hit that I think was just a little bit too high for the officials' liking. So extra man opportunity coming up here for Northridge. They had one in the first half.
They turned it over, and then Brebeuf was able to bleed the clock to kill the penalty. Well, the first minute here, Harrison, is what Northridge wants to see.
Yeah,
kind of control the tempo.
It definitely is the way that you want to start the second half if you're Northridge. Big thing here, you want to cash in on this man up. You've got an extra man out there. You still need goals.
Showing patience. Fine across and scooped up. And a nice snatch by the goalkeeper, Reese. And it gives it away. And that went right into the net.
Yeah, I got to be honest, Tony is looking down at my
We're going to have to
notes,
see a replay. Was that an own goal?
And I didn't quite see how that happened. But
so he's got it.
It's just an error.
Thinking twice about it. And a little sneak attack here. Tries to clear it, deflected, and it's an own goal.
Yeah, it looked like maybe the ball might have gotten caught on a shooting string or something. As he tried to outlet it to the defenseman in the near corner, and that ball, he just stuck it right into the goal. And so Northridge, you take him how you can get him. Definitely not expected to score a goal that way. If you're Brebeuf, though, you don't need to panic here, right? You stay calm. You still got a lead. This is a team, and we've got another call to face off. This is starting to become a serious issue for Brebeuf here in the second half. Just the way that Cook had lined up there before the face-off was not legal. And so all the momentum in the world right now with Northridge, who could bring it within one here off of, one of the more bizarre goals you could see in lacrosse. But I understand about Brebeuf, there's no need to panic, right? If you saw how this team played in the first half, if you start hitting that panic button because you give up a couple goals here early in the second half, that's when you're really going to find yourself in some trouble. So take a deep breath. You've been playing well defensively all game. And if you're Northridge, keep riding this momentum. See what you can do with it.
Yeah, we're just now to the 2-minute mark here of the third as this ball is batted around. And Brebeuf gets a turnover, and they will cough it right back up. Kicked around, scooped. Brebeuf has it. So 2 minutes gone by here. Third quarter, it's been all Northridge with 3 straight, 2 of their own doing, 1 of the own goal, and another turnover by Brebeuf. Northridge has it, 3-on-2, and great defense, but we have a flag as he was ran over. There will be a penalty on Brebeuf.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit sloppy here in this game. You see the big hit there as the flag's down. As J.D. Rupp just took a hit on the far side of the field, so Brebeuf going to have to go a man down again here. But what's happening in the clear right now with the Braves is not great. Sloppy turnovers, own goals. You see guys just losing the ball on the cradle. Those are mistakes you cannot make in a game like this, especially with Northridge just looking for anything to help build on that momentum. Right? If not for that failed clear, we don't see this flag, and Brebeuf doesn't go on the man down. So they're kind of digging themselves in a bit of a hole when they're in transition trying to get the ball on offense here, and we'll see if Northridge can cash in on their third man up of the day.
So Northridge has scored 3 in a row, looking for a 4th straight goal. Ball deflected off the pass. In the air again, scooped around.
That's good work from Lindemann, good anticipation. He's the one who forces that turnover.
And
you see him here on the far side.
Fires it across, bounces around, deflected, and kicked one more time. Kicked again. Brebeuf tries to get it, scooped out of there, and it's a scrum for the loose ball. Brebeuf has it. Couldn't see where he was going, and it's batted around. And it looks like Brebeuf is going to maintain possession here.
Yeah, it's going to be a push call against Northridge. I'm not sure why that wasn't a push with possession, but regardless, it's Brebeuf ball. We got a ball down here, though.
And scooped up, and Northridge has it. So Brebeuf has not had a lot of possession in their zone here in the third quarter. However, Northridge has, and they're looking to cut this lead in half, trailing by 2, 7-5 after 3 straight. Stick on the ground. And it's going to go over to Brebeuf.
Yeah, that's Eby who lost his stick. And when you lose your stick, you can't play with it. You can't impact the play. You've got to get out of the way and find a way to get back to it. Eby, though, was still boxing some guys out. And here's maybe a look here for Brebeuf.
Didn't quite have numbers. Thinks twice. Here's a shot on goal attempt, but it's going to bounce high and out of play.
It's been a while since Brebeuf has just had some settled offense. To my mind, this is really the first time they've been able to settle the ball offensively here in this half. So a good chance for them to kind of relax, settle back into your game, do what you did in the first half that helped them build a 5-goal lead, and maybe get one back and stop this 3-goal run from Northridge.
This is really the most time that they've spent near their goal in this third quarter. So the best possession here in the second half for the Braves to see if they can capitalize with a 2-point lead, 7-5 over the top of the goal, scooped and collected.
Yeah, Northridge in a zone. It's going to invite shots from range.
Yep. Off the bounce, no good. Northridge throws wide on the ground, picked up, and on the run comes Northridge looking to cut this lead in half. They'll slow it up. as EB will reset. To the back of the net it goes. They find Jennings. Jennings wisely kicks it out, and Northridge will look to see what the Braves defense gives them. Halfway point of this third period. It's been all Northridge. They trailed 7-2 at half. It's now 7-5. They'll look to cut it in half here, cut it down to 1 goal. A lot of skipping around. Ball loose. Hit out of bounds, and it'll stay with Northridge.
That's good pressure from Backus, number 4 in white for Brebeuf. Nearly forcing a turnover there, but that ball bouncing off of a Brave. Northridge fortunate to keep possession there.
So they do keep it. Lance has it. Swings it back over. Midfield comes Tanner Pritt. Swings to the right side. And back up top. So Northridge, no panic here. 3 straight goals in the third. Trailing 7-5. And they'll patiently look for a good look. Swings back up top. That's Pritt. Pritt centers it. Lance on the attack. And it is stolen away. A nice snag there. And a turnover by Lindman. They'll turn it back over. And Northridge will maintain possession.
That's a push call on Lindman. Good heads up again to get a stick at the passing lane. We've seen that multiple times today, but bad turnover there.
They center it. Shot on goal, but it bounces high. And Northridge will have it. So Northridge doing a good job of getting into that crease, getting right in front of the goal. They just haven't been able to convert on some of those skip shots.
Yeah, that was a good look there for Northridge. Just bouncing it well over the crossbar. But they've had a lot of possession here this third quarter. I mean, this has been a good way to start the second half, trying to come down
Lance
from a
sets a
5-goal deficit.
Lance with the screen here. They'll reset back of the net. EB comes. Centers. Ball batted around. Free ball. And Northridge keeps it.
Yeah, and Northridge forcing a lot of passes here in the second half as well. Obviously, they've been able to cash in on 3 goals here in the third, but you're seeing guys trying to win a matchup, trying to feed the crease, and those passes just not getting through. It's good awareness from Brebeuf defensively, but also just in their matchups man-to-man, not letting guys get beat. If they do, the help's there, as you see right there. It forces a turnover.
He just missed it, and Brebeuf has it. We've got a flag. Player down for Northridge.
That was EB who took a hit out of the far side. I didn't see who for Brebeuf laid the hit, but enough for the official out on the far side of the field who, it happened right in front of him. He had a good vantage point, so flag in the air, another man-up opportunity from Northridge, but it's starting to become a problem. Northridge not converting on these extra man opportunities. And it's something that they really need to do. Brebeuf has opened the door for them with the amount of penalty minutes they've had to serve this quarter. But Northridge just hasn't been able to capitalize, still down by 2.
So Brebeuf will take a timeout with 2:25 to go here in the third. Northridge with all the momentum, trailing 7-5. You're watching high school lacrosse right here on IndianaSRN.
Calling officials cheaters or corrupt, it's not a game.
Insulting referees, it's not a game.
Threatening officials, it's not a game.
Berating young umpires, learning the ropes, it's not a game.
Violent language in the stands, it's not a game.
Verbal abuse from the sideline, it's not a game.
Screaming at a referee in the parking lot, it's not a game.
It's been a weird third period here from Brebeuf High School, the semi-state for the IHSLA. A state championship berth on the line. Brebeuf and Northridge. Brebeuf with a 7-5 lead. Tony Donahue, Harrison Silcox with you, but Harrison, it's been all Northridge here in this third period.
It really has. They have dominated time of possession. Brebeuf has been making some mistakes. They've had trouble clearing the ball upfield. That's led to Northridge able to draw a couple penalties here, including one that's being served now for Brebeuf. I mean, really, the only critique I've got for Northridge here in this half is just not able to capitalize on these man-up opportunities. If they're able to do that a bit more consistently, we're looking at a tie game, maybe even Northridge with a lead. They've just got to find a way to generate some looks on the man-up. I think their offense, they're spread out very wide in 6-on-6 play, and I think that's hurt them to a degree in terms of getting guys open on cuts off of the ball. But on the man-up here, they've been able to find spaces and get looks in cage, but Rice has been able to stop them. But oh my goodness!
And just like that, Carson Nickel hits Alex Eby across the middle, puts it in the net, and Northridge with their fourth straight goal here in the third, and it's cut to a 1-goal lead at 7-6.
Watch Eby just curl around right there. Defense is sleeping. There was a cutter who cut to the crease beforehand. Eby just kind of shadows him around. The defense is paying attention to the first guy who cut through the crease. Eby just follows him, and there's acres of space, and it's catch and shoot. Northridge within one.
7-6 on 4 straight here by Northridge. And the face-off skips away, batted around, and it's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper for Northridge. And they'll maintain possession. 2 minutes to go. A goal will tie it up. Try to get it across. They do. Deflect it over the hand of both defenders. And Brebeuf has it. So Brebeuf causes a turnover, but they give it right back. And here comes Northridge.
More issues on the clear for Brebeuf here this half. Just good awareness by Nickel, though, standing right in that passing lane upfield, but it's some more sloppy play here.
This one deflected around, but Northridge will keep it.
And nice work by Lance to just use his body to shield and protect the ball and give himself an easy ground ball. And also keep the possession alive for Northridge.
Lance back up top to Pritt. Pritt has it. I'll swing it over. Pritt in possession. Rupp to his right. That's Lance. Just came up with a turnover. They go back behind the net. Nickel, right side. Eby has it. They'll slow it up. 1 minute to go in the third period.
One thing for Northridge offensively, not a ton of their offense has just come from straight up 6-on-6 play. Right? It's been a lot of chaotic situations. And as you just see right there, a good stick check from Backus. I mean, Brebeuf has been very good at 6-on-6 defense today. As you know, Northridge just in those settled offensive situations hasn't been able to generate much, and now Brebeuf can kind of settle in a little bit. It's a good possession defensively, try and get some control back in this game.
30 seconds to go. Mark it 20 seconds to go, so Brebeuf will probably look for the last shot of this period to maybe grab some momentum back. It's been all Northridge with 4 unanswered here in the third. 13 seconds. Fires it out of bounds, and Northridge will have a 9-second jailbreak here to end the third period. And here is a Hail Mary bomb. It'll be fielded. Back at you. Brebeuf's got a chance. Caught. And nope, that'll do it. That will do it. After 3, Brebeuf leading by 1 over Northridge, 7-6. With a chance to go to the state championship on the line here coming up in the fourth quarter. You're watching Lacrosse on IndianaSRN.
Burtner Electric Incorporated has been proudly serving our residential and commercial customers with quality electrical repair for over 33 years. We are fully licensed and insured in electrical wiring and electrician service packages. You'll receive a competitive assessment whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, first-time or long-time customer. We offer free estimates for any new project. Call our licensed and experienced electricians today.
Can't make it to the game? We've got your back. Just go to www.IndianaSRN.org and tune in to all of the live action, or go to our on-demand service and relive your favorite moments.
Got an exciting fourth quarter of lacrosse action coming up for you here on IndianaSRN. The IHSLA State Championship. A chance to punch your ticket here in this fourth quarter. Brebeuf leading 7-6 over Northridge. Tony Donahue alongside Harrison Wilcox. But Harrison, it was all Northridge there in that third quarter.
Yeah, it really was. Totally different night and day from what we saw in the first half. Where Northridge they found a way to win some faceoffs. One of the reasons why was a lot of violations at the faceoff X from Brebeuf. We also saw Northridge spend a lot of time in the extra man, a lot of time in 6-on-5 lacrosse, and Northridge also just kind of thriving on some chaos, some unsettled situations that led to some goals. And it was a 5-goal deficit coming out of halftime, and all of a sudden Northridge down by 1 find themselves back in this game, and we've got an exciting final 12 minutes of lacrosse coming up.
So 12 minutes to decide it, with the state championship ticket ready to be punched. And Northridge off of the opening face-off has it, and they will throw it away. And the first turnover of the fourth will be charged to Northridge.
It's good hustle from Sloop to get the ground ball right in front of us. Just tough pass trying to feed his attackman back at X. So that is a tough break. One thing to note, Brebeuf, Cam Rice, goalie, he's going to be staring down the sun here in this fourth quarter. We'll see how that impacts how he sees shots that are thrown his way. That could be a huge advantage for Northridge, and if Brebeuf can dominate possession here.
Looks like
they didn't get a touch in the box in time according to the ref. So right where that 30-yard line is, and then you've got those 2 red lines on the end of the box running horizontally. You got to get a touch in there in time, and they just did not do that.
And a great save. Northridge tried to tie it, but a great save by the Braves, and they're on the run. They scored 176 fourth quarter goals. It's more than any other period for the Braves.
Yeah, denial on the doorstep from Rice. Just what I mentioned, he's going to have the sun in his face. He makes the save of the game. To do that is ridiculous, and Carson Nichols been finishing the ball very efficiently this evening, and Rice just shuts him down to keep the lead with Brebeuf.
And they score. So a much-needed goal for the Braves of Brebeuf to give them a 2-score advantage. They find the back of the net for the first time in this second half.
And it's a great individual effort from Kirker. Starts with the roll dodge, gets the stick to his left hand, hands free, quick release. Not enough time for Miller to track it. And great shot placement as well. And that is a much-needed goal for Brebeuf. And they're first of the second half. I mean, it was not a great third quarter for this team when you look at how they played in the first 2 frames. And so to get one on the board of the fourth, if you're a Brebeuf fan, you're hoping that builds some confidence here to close this one out up by 2.
So a sidewinder finds the back of the net, and a much-needed goal for Brebeuf with 10:39 to go in the contest. Northridge comes up with the face-off, and they'll be on the run. They'll slow it up. Quick substitution here. Eby has it. Behind the net. Finds Nickel. Scoops to the left side. They'll send it around the horn. So the Raiders looking to answer as Brebeuf scored their first goal of the half to start this fourth quarter. Very patient set here for Northridge.
Yeah, for Northridge, they're going to have to find a way to do something in these 6-on-6 sets offensively. We just haven't seen it very often. We've seen it a couple times, but they've just got to find ways to win a matchup or get guys open off ball.
So a quick shot at the net there goes wide left. And Northridge got here by knocking off Concordia and Chittard. 2 impressive, very impressive wins. Brebeuf with their win over Dwenger. And Northridge with possession. Trailing by 2. Eby has it. Right side. Hesitation. Reset. Back up top. Goes Lance.
Yeah, and you're just seeing, I mean, Brebeuf doing so well with the individual matchups, not giving up a whole lot of space,
and
whether it be on ball or off ball. I mean, Brebeuf, there's just not a whole lot there right now for Northridge to attack. They really need somebody to win an individual matchup or some sort of pick to try and get somebody open, maybe pick and roll action. But, I mean, Brebeuf just doing such a good job defensively to just stay with.
And Eric Jennings goes wide of the net there. Deflected out. And Northridge maintains possession. 8:45 to go here in the 4th. Little pick play here. Circles it back, and he'll throw it away. Picked up. Turnover. Brebeuf has it on the run. Ball battled out, and we're going to have a flag.
And flag down. Free possession here, though, for Brebeuf, right? Whistle's not blown. Play's not dead.
Ooh! Tried to pass it into the middle. Intended for Ford Lee. Almost skipped in, but it goes behind the net, and we'll have that penalty.
It's absolutely not an ideal time for a penalty to be called against Northridge there. But yeah, you understand, right? Eric Jennings trying to force a turnover in the clear, and this gets called. I didn't quite see what the signal was from the official out of the far side of the field, but what I do know is Brebeuf is going to go and man up with a 2-goal advantage. 8.5 left to play in the 4th quarter. This is a huge opportunity to build this lead back up to 3, especially a team we know they're capable of dominating possession the way that we saw them do it in the first half.
Yeah, huge here for Brebeuf to find the back of the net. This one goes off the face mask of the goalie, and Northridge maintains possession.
Now, what a save for Miller there. Now the other part of the battle is getting the successful clear. That's going to be a trip.
Yep. And they will hold it up. And a great save there by Logan Miller, the schnoz save off the face mask. Then a quick trip here, and Northridge has possession.
So 5-on-5 lacrosse for a little bit here, so it's going to be a little bit differently as far as, right, the looks you try to generate offensively or what you're doing defensively. So it'll be interesting to see, right, Northridge got a couple options. And so, yeah, that first penalty is going to wind down immediately. So 6-on-5, man-up chance for Northridge here. We'll see if they can cash in.
Quick off the sub. Looks, skips, goal. And just like that, Connor Lance off the one hopper finds the back of the net, and with 7:44 to go, it's back to a 1-goal lead for Brebeuf.
And it's a little bit kind of unsettled as they're coming back to even strength. You're seeing guys enter the screen to your left, coming out of the substitution box, and you just see Lance not being tracked up top. There's plenty of space up there, given that it's 6-on-5, and he takes advantage, is able to bury one.
So just like that, 8-7 in front of a great crowd here at Brebeuf. And a ticket to the state championship on the line over this last 7:44. It's 8-7 in favor of Brebeuf, and Northridge has it. It's batted out, and batted out again. The Braves scoop it. So Brebeuf will reset. They'll slow this possession down, looking for a good look here. Swings left side, now goes behind the net. They'll slow it up. Does Connor Fitzgerald. Right side. Ike Stittle has it. Now back, little fake. Right side, they find the crease.
Oh, that's great
and
work.
a great save. Great penetration there, but right into the mitt of Logan Miller, and Northridge has possession, looking to tie.
That's great work from Brebeuf on the zone to kind of dissect the defense and get a great opportunity in front. A fantastic save from Miller, but a call goes against, I believe it's an interference call if I read the official signal correct. It goes against Northridge, so Brebeuf gets it back. That's a tough break.
So momentum swinging back and forth here off the great save. Ball given right back to Brebeuf.
As you saw the replay there, as Miller's stick just trips guy off ball, and call was made by the official. Turnover here, though. Great work defensively by Northridge.
Yep, Northridge picks it up. They're on the run. They grab the turnover. And a score here would tie it. It's getting physical. And Brebeuf comes up with a turnover. They're on the run. And this ball is smacked out. And it'll go out of bounds. Possession to Northridge.
That's fantastic work by Eby on the ride to just track his man down all the way up near midfield. There was a heck of a stick check, and he's going to have to try and keep this ball in play.
And he does, but it's going to be, see the ruling here, I think it'll stay possession Northridge.
At will, he had Rice come out of the goal, and just a clear as day push in the back on Eby, who was trying to keep that ball in play at the corner. So just under 6 minutes left to play, down by 1. Northridge with a fantastic chance here to tie this up.
Smart play there. With the goal open, you got to do something. 5:40 to play. Here comes Northridge. They will reset. Pritt has it. Swings to Lance. Lance in possession. Back over to Rupp. And Jennings has it. Jennings now penetrates. Looks, goes behind the net with it. Northridge showing patience. 5:11 to go. Pump fake. Now they'll swing it around. Back up top, Pritt. Pritt loses it. Scooped up. And Brebeuf has it. He'll try to break free of it. He does. And Brebeuf on the run with numbers. But the ball hits the turf. It's a scrum. And Northridge has it. It's deflected. Picked back up by Northridge. And here we go. Penetration. Quick throw. Looking to score. Penetration. Pump fake. Puts it in. And they'll call it a goal. Off the bounce. Goes into the back of the net. And it's Tanner Pritt tying it at 8.
It's chaos that Northridge has been able to take advantage of here in this second half. Turnovers, unsettled opportunities. You get numbers in transition. It pays off there. That's similar to a goal we saw in the third quarter, where Eby gets a loose ball off of a turnover. Northridge going the other way, and you've got Carson Nickel who flashes open on the opposite side of the crease. It's a little 1-2, throw a couple fakes. We've got ourselves a tie game, Tony.
Yeah, tied at 8. That is the 4th goal of the game here by Carson Nickel. He's really been a difference here. Northridge comes up with a turnover, and they'll push the tempo once again. A collision. Kicked around, scooped forward, just what Brebeuf needed. They'll have it in their territory. A spin out, and they'll throw it away. But Brebeuf will be able to maintain possession. Scooped out, and Nickel has it. 4 minutes to go, tied at 8. Momentum favors Northridge. They've been on a tear. They've erased a 5-point halftime deficit, and they have possession.
As well, another thing, I mean, Northridge, be as patient as you want here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, over 3 minutes left to play. It's a long time to hang it to the lacrosse ball. But
they get it. Fires wide.
That's great work by Eby. I've been waiting to see Northridge win a matchup individually there, and just a nice little shake in the split dodge from Edie. Draws the slide, find the open man. That's what Northridge has needed all day, and nearly that was a moment that gave them a lead.
Harrison, you change your play style here knowing that you're tied, or you just keep going and getting
I think you stick with what you trust, right? I mean, you do what you do that got you to this point all season long. It's just Brebeuf has been tough to crack defensively 6-on-6.
Here's a scrum, and the stick flies through the air. Brebeuf takes possession, off the helmet. And Brebeuf picks it up on the run, and we're off to the races. And we got a flag. Helmets flying. And we've got a flag with 2:45 to go. Harrison, we're tied at 8. What does Brebeuf need to do here to get a good look at goal?
I mean, it looks like they're about to get a man-up opportunity. It's going to be a call here against, I believe, Tanner Prince. Actually, it looks like it's going to be Connor Lance who takes a knee in the box. So, right, you've got a man-up opportunity with 2:45 left to play. I just think what you're looking for here is just enough space, right? Be patient with it. You've got, you've been handed some 6-on-5 lacrosse. See where the openings are. Trust what your man-up offense is. Keep the ball moving. That's one thing. Don't let the ball stick on offense. You want to move it around quickly, have the defense shuffle their feet, trying to get a good look. Watch the crease. See if something flashes open there, but this is a huge opportunity for Brebeuf.
2:30 to go in the fourth. Brebeuf tries to get it close to the net. It's a scrum for it. Batted around. Brebeuf has it to the middle. Fires goal! Will Kirker has it in the crease. Fires it home. And with 2:14 to go, Brebeuf goes up by 1.
And the hands from Kirker. First off, you got a ground ball. You got to win it if you're Brebeuf. They do. Kirker, look at that catch. He jumps up one hand and then gets the left hands free again. It goes low to low in the shots. But that play doesn't happen if not for Brebeuf to win that ground ball, stay out of the crease. Kirker recognizing the space, takes a couple steps back, one-handed catch, gets two hands on the stick, in a matter of seconds gets that release off, and a massive goal for Brebeuf.
So off the face-off, Northridge has it, centers it, they're on the run. 2 minutes to go, a goal to tie, and they'll call timeout. We'll take it with them. 2:01 to go here in the fourth. Brebeuf has answered. The Braves with a 9-8 advantage. The final 2 minutes to come right here on IndianaSRN.
You want a career that will transform your life while you change the lives of others by helping them live well. With a health or exercise sciences degree from IUPUI School of Health and Human Sciences, you will gain an in-depth understanding of the healthcare industry while preparing you for a variety of graduate and professional programs in health. And with Indy as your classroom, you will have clinical options within leading hospitals right in our backyard, as well as a degree from Indiana University, reputable leaders in the healthcare industry. It all starts here.
Can't get to a computer? Then we've got you covered. Just go to the IndianaSRN app and stay up to date with all of your favorite teams. You can watch live coverage or relive the experience with our on-demand service.
Welcome back to Brebeuf High School, where the Braves have taken a 9-8 advantage with 2:01 left in this contest. It's been a second half controlled by Northridge. Tony Donahue alongside Harrison Silcox with you. And Harrison, Brebeuf's motto this season has been keep rolling. They've kept rolling after Northridge brought this to an 8-8 tie.
Yeah, after what was probably a forgettable third quarter for this team, and really the start to the fourth wasn't too great either. Northridge able to come back and tie this game back up at 8. But just a good response by Brebeuf, right? No panic. Nobody hit the panic button. But the thing is, Tony, we still got 2 minutes left to play in this game. Northridge just won a massive face-off, and they've got a chance here to tie this game again. We'll see what's been drawn up out of the timeouts. But if Brebeuf gets the ball, right, they have the ability to just run this clock out and sit on that one-goal lead. So this possession here for Northridge is absolutely massive. We'll see how much of the clock they use before they try to initiate something offensively.
And I think we'll see a lot of Carson Nickel on this possession. He had it, flips it to the right side, and they will reset the offense for Northridge. Trailing by 1, Connor Lance has it, minute 30 to go. Lance on the move, centers it, looks, skips through, 5-hole goal, and we are tied at 9. Alex Eby puts it home.
Yeah, you mentioned Carson Nickel. Eby's been the other guy. Those two have just kind of been the party starters on offense. And just watch Eby flash free in front of the crease. They just work it around. It starts with Connor Lance working across the box from left to right, and then Eby just curling around. Nobody matches him defensively. Not sure exactly what happened there for Brebeuf, but also got to credit Eby for the patience there to catch. Not immediately pulled the trigger. He kind of waits a second, assesses where he's at, where the goal is at, where the pressure's coming from, and is able to put an accurate shot on target.
The most important face-off of the night favors Northridge. Kicked ahead on the run, scooped down, ball loose. Brebeuf has it. So Brebeuf has possession. 1:15 to go. A sketchy cross field pass. And Brebeuf on the run, 1:05 to go. Harrison, how you playing this possible last possession?
We're going to get a timeout here. We'll see how Brebeuf plays it. But, I mean, you got to keep an eye on Will Kirker. But I think one thing for Brebeuf that they have to their advantage today is they've won a lot of their matchups defensively when Northridge is out in man-to-man. But really, we've seen them run a lot of zones. So I think what you have to do if you're Brebeuf here, you have to figure out how you're going to beat it. When a team's going to play zone defense, that invites shots from longer range. The goalie's going to get a better look at it, right? It's a lower percentage shot. They try to bait you into trying to take some of those by giving you space, but kind of similar to basketball. You want to work the ball around a lot along the perimeter, try and stretch out that zone defense and open up space in front of the crease. So what I'm really interested to see here is exactly what Northridge shows defensively, and then how Brebeuf tries to attack that with 1:04 left in this game. Because the tricky thing about a zone is it's not something you can necessarily draw up a play and attack immediately. You kind of have to be more methodical in how you break it down when you have the ball. I think that's one reason why we've seen Brebeuf score less here in this second half. Zone is not an easy defense to score against in lacrosse. You have to be very patient. So what you drop out of the timeout here I think is going to be really interesting if that is what Northridge shows. Right now, it looks like they're in a zone. And you've got a 1-4-1 setup for Brebeuf. So you've got a guy at X, you got 4 guys across the field, and then 1 midfielder up top with the ball now. And it looks like we are getting a bit of that zone from Northridge, a very crowded crease, trying to create some confusion.
What's an ideal time here to shoot this? Maybe 15, 20 seconds, give yourself a chance at a second effort?
I mean, it all depends, right? If you get a good look, you take it. At this moment in this game, you take it. So, I mean, we'll see.
Here's a shot deflected off the helmet. Northridge on the scoop. They are on the run with numbers. They beat the defense. 32 seconds. Shot on goal goes high, and it will go over to Brebeuf. Brebeuf will have it, 27 seconds, and destination state championship in their own hands. Here's a throwback, little too far, but Brebeuf has it. They'll look to score here. 21 seconds to go. Brebeuf has it. 10 seconds. Cross, fire, deflected. And that will almost do it for regulation here. They'll throw it deep. It's going to take 3 skips. And that's how the regulation time will come to an end. A huge charge from Northridge in the second half to tie it at 9 at the end of regulation. So we'll go to sudden death, Harrison. Who has the advantage here coming up?
I think it all comes down to the face-off. And it's really tough to say who has the advantage there, Tony, because, I mean, in the first half we saw Brebeuf really dominate the face-off X. I really like what I've seen from Northridge in the face-off here in the second half. Brody Streeter, 97, has done a fantastic job at winning the clamp. I think what's going to be key out of this face-off is who wins the ground ball, right? And it's that old cliche of, you know, who wants it more, because a lot of these face-offs have turned into a ground ball battle. And then from there, we've seen both these offenses kind of start to figure things out here. I mean, especially for Northridge, right? Brebeuf really had a foothold in this game in the first half. Northridge changing things up defensively, throwing a couple different looks at Brebeuf. I mean, right, it looked like they were in a zone there maybe on that last possession. I'm not quite sure. It may have also been man-to-man, but it's tough to say who has the advantage just with the way this game has gone. I think in just a true 6-on-6 lacrosse, I would give it to Brebeuf, whereas Northridge has thrived more in kind of this chaotic, out of a scrum, ground ball. All of a sudden it's a 4-on-3 opportunity and you've got some extra numbers. So if Brebeuf gets a possession, I think I would kind of favor them, but you can't really, in a game like this, in overtime, there's a reason it's gone into overtime. And it's because both of these teams, they're selling out. It's an evenly matched game, and you really can't give one advantage to one team over another because of how well that they both played. And I think offensively for Northridge, Carson Nickel and Alex Eby, those two guys have really been awesome energizers for them offensively, especially out of the attack. Connor Lance is another guy. You saw him. He had the assist on the game-tying goal coming out of the midfield. He's obviously got some athleticism there. There's talent on both ends of this field offensively, right? 5 for Brebeuf, 5 in white. You want to keep an eye on him. Will Kirker, he's got a ridiculous left-handed shot that's been on display today as well. And this first face-off is going to be absolutely critical.
We've also seen Brebeuf miss and then Northridge take over the top and go quickly on the offense. They pick it up. Northridge on the run here. Nice pass across the right side.
It's a timeout called here. Get possession, immediately call a timeout. And we'll see what Northridge tries to draw up. Right, last time, what they did out of the timeout, they worked the ball around, and we saw it in Connor Lance's hands. He streaks left to right across the midfield. Eby cuts in front of the goal, is able to get open to the defense, doing a little bit of ball watching. I'm interested to see if we'll see something similar. We've seen Northridge multiple times today score goals out of timeouts. They did it in a man-up earlier in this game, and then they did it and settled 6-on-6 late in the fourth, in crunch time when they needed a game-tying goal. So this is a team that's proven, that when coach draws something up on the clipboard, they can execute. And if they can execute, Cam Rice has been fantastic in goal today for Brebeuf, and he's got to have his best here as well if an opportunity's shown his way. But I think you got to do something to try and get Alex Eby or Carson Nickel involved here on this play, whether it be off ball. I think Eby's got the ability to, if you want to start with initiating a dodge from him, try and draw a defender in, see if somebody flashes open that way, or you attack through the midfield. You try to do what worked in the fourth quarter. Last time you had to draw up the play. But the cool thing about this, you're coming out of this huddle, if you're a player in Northridge, and this could be your opportunity. This could be your moments, send your team to the state championship game. And so, do you have what it takes to meet that moment in a game like this, to execute? And if that ball winds up in your stick and you've got the look, you've got the opportunity, is it your time? And, this is as exciting as it gets as far as the sport of lacrosse is concerned.
With a trip to the state championship on the line, sudden death, Northridge has it. Brebeuf's defense, Harrison, as you talked about all night on 6-on-6, has been very consistent.
And very aggressive here. They're pressing out like crazy. Northridge just not comfortable at all.
And Brebeuf comes up with a turnover. They're on the run. Get to the crease. Next goal wins it. Next goal punches your ticket to the state championship. Brebeuf has it. They'll slow it up here wisely, reset.
And it was Lindemann for Brebeuf, 15 in white. Another passing lane he's disrupted today.
Sakuso has it. They will slow it up. Left side. Stittle back up top.
Zone for
Kirker.
Northridge.
Anticipation building here. Kirker has it. Swings. Collected. Back to the net. Shot on goal. Deflected. Bat of the round. And Brebeuf maintains it. Here we go. Cuso has it. 2:36 in the overtime period. Northridge desperately needing a defensive stop. Second chance opportunity here for the Braves. A goal sends them to the state championship. Koso has it, back up. They'll reset to Kirker. Stittle has it. And it's deflected, thrown back. Waiting for it, Batted, smacked, and on the run, Northridge can't collect it. They finally do, and there's that turnover that they needed.
Oh, yeah,
and it's stolen right back.
Good stick by Gramelsbacher to knock that down.
I'll let you take that name.
I mean, it looked like Nickel was wide open in transition, and it just wasn't there. Last minute, that ball gets batted down, and 90 seconds left. Northridge has been tough. It's been tough to break down what they've done defensively here in this second half. Can Brebeuf find an answer? They got to find a way to stretch the defense, get something open on the crease.
Minute 20 in this overtime. Gets to the middle, and it's good! They score! And Brebeuf, behind Ford Lee's third goal of the night, is going to the state championship. What a goal. 10-9 Brebeuf, your final. And Harrison, great patience there to find the back of the net.
And you're watching the replay, the zone defense. You got to try and find some room in front of the goal somehow. Draw the defense out. Get them to step out of position. Work the ball around. Use your teammates. Watch what the defense does. When that space opens up inside, you find it. Ford Lee was there. Catch, shoot, ball game. Brebeuf will play for a state championship.
Ford Lee, we're going to give him the player of the game here on IndianaSRN. His third of the night, the biggest of the season. And Brebeuf escapes a late charge from Northridge to win 10-9 here on IndianaSRN. And that's it. Harrison Silcox, let's get your final thoughts here, as it was a great charge by Northridge in that second half, but they just came up one goal short in the overtime period.
Yeah, I mean, fantastic game, right? I mean, all the credit in the world to Northridge. A lot of teams, they start to beat themselves up when they're down by 5 goals. And Northridge, it was not a great first half. It looked like it was Brebeuf's. Brebeuf was just going to take it all the way. And the way that they dominated possession, and Northridge, the hustle on faceoffs, the hustle on ground balls to work the ride, to dominate possession, and scrap and claw their way back into the game and just thrive on unsettled situations. It did not feel like this game had the potential to go to overtime after the first 2 quarters. Northridge battled back, but at the same time, fantastic job by Brebeuf to not hit that panic button. As I mentioned several times throughout the broadcast, yeah, Northridge was making a comeback, but you remember the things you did that made you successful in the first half. That was patient offense, working the ball around, catching the defense in mistakes. And, I mean, you had everything you wanted in a lacrosse game. We had clutch saves from both goalies, Cam Rice for Brebeuf and Logan Miller for Northridge down the stretch. You had big goals from both teams, moments where it looked like, that might be the play that seals the win for another. And we wind up going into overtime and got multiple possessions out of it, right? A lot of times in lacrosse, you get team wins face-off, gets possession, scores, game over. I mean, both teams got cracks at a game winner. And ultimately, Brebeuf just finding a way, finding just an opening lane in that zone that Northridge was throwing at him all second half. That gave him troubles offensively. And for them to do that, for Ford Lee, I mean, it was great execution. You can't ask for anything better in a lacrosse game of this magnitude.
So the Braves of Brebeuf keep rolling on to the state championship game with a 10-9 overtime thriller and a win at home over Northridge. For Ben Wood and Joel Mears, as well as Harrison Silcox, I'm Tony Donahue. Until next time, stay safe out there.